Hey, in this video, we're going to take you on a tour of 2 different Hilton Vacation Club properties in Sedona, Arizona, so you can determine which one is right for you. Hey, welcome. We're Joel and Michelle, and we are the Wandering Hearts.
And on our YouTube channel and our website, wanderinghearts.com, we help you live a more abundant life through travel.
We're in Sedona, Arizona, and in this video, we're going to give you a tour of 2 different Hilton Grand Vacation Club resorts that you can find in Sedona. Hilton Grand Vacations Clubs are timeshares, but you don't necessarily have to be a timeshare owner in order to take advantage of the properties. For instance, we're actually guests of an owner, so that's one way that you can take advantage of using the properties. Or you can also go on some of your booking platforms like booking.com, hotels.com, Expedia, places like that. And oftentimes you can find places where you can rent rooms out just for the night or even for several days as well.
So make sure you stick around to the end of this video. We're going to compare both properties so you can kind of figure out which one might be best for you.
All right, here we go. Let's get into it. So our first day is here at the Ridge on Sedona, and we're actually about 8 miles south of Sedona in the town of the village of Oak Creek. Now it's just right off of Highway 179. The great thing about the village of Oak Creek and staying here at the Ridge on Sedona is that it's very close to a lot of restaurants and a lot of other things like golf courses. There's actually 3 golf courses in the area, 2 18-hole courses and a 9-hole course. So if you're into that, could be the place for you to stay. So next up, let's go ahead and take you into the room and show you our studio room that we're staying in. So as you can see in here, we're actually in a smaller unit. We're in the studio. And the one thing I like about the studios is, of course, is that you have like a kitchenette. This one's pretty good because we've got a full-size refrigerator, which is always useful, especially if you're going to be more than a few days somewhere. And it gives us a chance to cook and save a couple bucks because Sedona is a little bit on the pricey side, just FYI. And we also have a dishwasher too, which is really sweet because it means we don't have to do the dishes ourselves. And a hot plate, which is plenty big enough for us to cook meals, especially for 2 people. We find it really easy. Of course, your microwave, you got a little bit of extra storage space, and you've got like dishware and glasses as well. Pretty much everything you need to cook. Plus there's also a wine opener and everything too. Of course, there's a couch that folds out as well. So if you do have like some kids or something like that, I don't know if this is supposed to be comfortable enough for more than 2 adults, but if you're in that situation, you can figure it out. But yeah, this folds out. And then you've got these here as well, which are footrests, and they also turn into drink trays and extra storage, which are kind of nice, and they roll around, which is pretty cool. Over in this area, we have, of course, a queen-size bed, and we found that the bed was actually quite comfortable. I slept really, really well here. And then, of course, we got lots of closet space here, plenty of hangers, a 1080 TV with a Blu-ray player as well, and, of course, extra storage and bedding. And then let's take you into the bathroom and show you that. And here we've got a full sink area as well, plenty of room for everybody, as well as a nice big walk-in shower here, which is pretty good. And we had no problem with water pressure or anything like that either. And then finally, since we're in one of the P's, which is the patio rooms, we have a small little patio here as well, which you can see just out here. Now let's look at some of the amenities you will find at the Ridge on Sedona. First up, the grounds are really nice with paved paths that take you to some lovely viewpoints. There are also several barbecue grills, including this one, with arguably the best view on the property. The property also has 2 different pools, as well as 3 hot tubs. There's even a well-equipped fitness center with everything from treadmills to machines and even some free weights too. And if you're like us, staying in a studio room, which doesn't have laundry facilities, don't worry. There are a couple facilities on site which you can use for free. The resort property is also adjacent to an 18-hole golf course, as well as a driving range. And there are several tasty restaurants, just a few minutes walk from the resort.
Okay, so we are here at the Hilton Grand Vacation Club Sedona Summit Resort, and it's about 4.5 miles west of the center of Sedona, and it's on 89A. So we're going to run through a couple of the amenities here at the resort just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like and show you around. So there are 3 pools here at the resort and 4 jacuzzi spas, and one of them actually is our favorite. It's got really, really good views. There's also a really nice fitness center here, which is just behind the lobby with lots of free weights. There's a nice Peloton. There's a whole bunch of treadmills. So we've been actually going to that almost every other day, which is great for us, especially when they're traveling. There are laundry facilities here as well. There is one right off of the pool by the lobby, and there's actually another one which is right by where we're staying, and they're both free, which is actually really nice for us, especially when you travel full time. And for kids, there's a really large play area that they can run around on. There's also like checkers that they can play, so that's kind of fun. There's a foosball table, a tennis table, which is right in front of the fitness center area as well. Okay, so now that kind of give you an idea of what the resort looks like, let's go take a look at the room. Okay, so now for the tour at the Sedona Summit Resort by Hilton Grand Vacations. So we're going to take you around our room. So as you can see, it's actually really similar to the one that we stayed at in the Ridge, which is just south of Sedona in the Oak Creek Village. So we've got 2 burner here, toaster, coffee maker. We do have a dishwasher, which is really nice. Plenty of storage. We've got all of our snacks up here, more storage here, a nice big refrigerator. And then I think all of our plates, and cups are up there. We've got a nice dining room table, so we'll probably take over this whole area, and this is where we're going to be working. So we do have a big couch here, and this does fold out. So if you have kids that come and stay with you, probably put them there. That'd be nice. I know there's extra bedding up above the TV here. And a queen bed. I've already sat in it. I think it's pretty comfy. And then another big closet. Got a safe down there, a couple towels. So yeah, that's nice. And we'll take you into the bathroom. Again, nice big bathroom. There's a walk-in shower here, and lots of counter space. So yeah, I think that's pretty nice. And then we'll take you outside really quick. And we are up on the 2nd level, which is nice. So kind of we've stayed down below and it's a little dark, so it is nice to be up here. So yeah, we've got a little balcony. Come sit out here, have coffee in the morning. I think that would be good.
So now that we've seen both of the properties, we wanted to sit down and can kind of compare them a little bit to try to give you a chance to figure out maybe which one might be the best for you. Now, starting with activities, because there's so many really cool things you can do in Sedona and then in the surrounding area. But if you're coming here primarily to do like golf, if that's like your passion, then we definitely recommend staying at the Ridge on Sedona, because you're right next to all those golf courses. And in fact, you can even walk to like one golf course in a driving range. So I think that's a no-brainer there. And of course, you're still not that far away from all of the other things that you can do, like hiking and all of the tours and things like that that start out of Sedona proper. It is a few minutes to get up there, especially depending on traffic, anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes or more. Now, if you are interested in doing a lot more of like the Jeep tours, or you're interested in checking out the vortexes, or I don't know, shopping or crystal hunting or something like that, I don't know. Definitely probably want to stay at Sedona Summit, because since you are in Sedona, or at least on the western edge of it, you're just a couple minutes away from where all of those activities start. In fact, if you're really into hiking, again, there's a lot of hiking trails up here, and there's even a shuttle in Sedona that will take you from these certain points or parking spots, and it'll take you to all the different trailheads as well. Because the trailheads, not a lot of parking at the trailheads, especially when you get into like the high season. Actually, we've seen a lot of the trailheads actually being really already full here. And of course, now we are in October, we're here now, and this is one of the higher seasons too. So definitely recommend using the shuttle in that scenario. So as far as activities are concerned, we've done a lot of stuff at the Sedona Summit. We've done some hikes, as well as even an ATV tour. And in fact, I think we did a video on that. So if it hasn't come up, if you're watching this and it hasn't come up yet, it will be on the channel shortly. So you can check that out if you're interested. But it just gives you an example of just one of like a lot of the different things that you can do here. I know there's like the pink Jeep tours that will take you like places, as well as razors, or if you want to rent like a Can-Am, you can get those for like the day and just go all over the place. There's a lot of like forest land out here too. So there's a lot of places and trails that you can either go hiking and or do kind of like off-road stuff as well.
So as far as restaurants and food is concerned, we actually really like staying at the Ridge in Oak Creek, just because we could actually walk to some of the restaurants there, which is not always the case really in the United States. It's kind of hard to find that. So there's a nice kind of strip mall that's called The Collective, that's in Oak Creek, and we ended up walking down there a couple of times for dinner. There's fine dining there. We ate at the Village Chop House, which was really good.
So good.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Yeah, expensive.
But really good.
We also ate at a pizza place there. There's also breakfast places, and there's a wine bar. So you'll have plenty of options. And if you go further up into the Oak Creek Village, there's also tons more options too. And then you can then take another quick drive up into Sedona proper, and there's plenty of restaurants up in that area as well.
Right. And both of them actually have, there's also grocery as well. There's a grocery store down in the village of Oak Creek, just a few minutes from the Ridge on Sedona. And there's also, up in Sedona, there's a Safeway and I think a couple other smaller markets as well.
Yeah, there's a Whole Foods.
Oh yeah, that's right, the Whole Foods as well too.
Yeah, yep. So yeah, if you're coming then over to the summit, there's not any restaurants right by the resort, but you can hop in your car and you'll be to a whole bunch of restaurants within 5 to 10 minutes. So yeah, there's plenty of options for you.
So figuring out when to come to Sedona is also something else, another consideration. There's definitely a high season and a low season here. In fact, I think we're currently in what's part of the high season right now in October. The rest of the high season pretty much starts somewhere around March and goes through like June. And then the rest of the year, you're going to be in like some kind of shoulder or low season. For instance, in August is one of the lower seasons. And we actually revisited here our first time in August. I think it was like 2 years ago. And it's also monsoon season too. So for one thing, during monsoon, you're going to see what's different is, of course, there's the rain, and it can just kind of pop up rather suddenly. In fact, we had a hike that we had to like cut short last time we were here because of that. But also you're going to see a difference in the terrain because there is so much more rain. Everything like blossoms, and so you have like green, you see the grasses and everything else. So it's a kind of an interesting experience to see Sedona during monsoon, when it's nice and green, versus the rest of the year when it's a little bit more, the browns and the earth tones and everything else. Now, also temperature-wise, we found that in Sedona, you're typically looking at maybe like 10 degrees-ish cooler than, say, down in the valley where like Phoenix or Scottsdale or something like that. So for instance, when we were here in August, I think the temperatures were between like 80s and like mid 90s, I think was the highest it got. And of course it was definitely, a lot drier, than, other places.
Yeah.
And then like right now in October, we've experienced basically like 70 to 80 degrees, right around there. Yeah. And it's been super comfortable as well.
So as far as booking either of the places that we're reviewing in this video, you're going to see probably about 30 to 40% difference between high season and then low season. So just keep that in mind. If you've got some kind of budget, that you want to stick to, or if it doesn't matter, then come whenever you want.
There you go.
So we hope this video helped you kind of decide about which Hilton Grand Vacations to stay at if you're thinking about coming to Sedona. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and also leave us a comment. Have you been to Sedona? Is there anything that we missed? Any activities that you like to do, favorite hikes? Let us know, because people do read the comments, and there's plenty of things that we haven't gotten to do. So it's always fun to read what everybody else thinks about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And of course it benefits everybody too if someone's watching this video later on.
Yeah.
Also, if you're interested in learning how to live a little bit more abundant life through travel, well then I invite you to check out our website, wanderinghearts.com. And of course, we've also got a lot more travel content and other videos on this channel as well that you can check out. In fact, we even did another Hilton Vacations Club comparison video dealing with Las Vegas. If you're interested in that, you can check that on our channel as well. Thanks so much for watching, and happy wandering.